How you doing, everybody? This is Lo-Fi Noel, and I'm here to talk about the banner that was given to us by Mihoyo with Ayaka, Ningguang, and the worst character Chungyun and yanfei. After seeing the live stream that Mihoyo gave us that showed us multiple different characters that was coming out, every time that we get new characters or they're gonna announce a new banner, they always post it on Twitter. So going with that same logic that they've been doing since launch, I do believe that we are getting them characters. So on the fence of getting Ayaka, I've been saving up my promo gems and I'm really struggling to whether I should get her or not. But after seeing different gameplays of her and trying her out, other people playing her and some of my friends playing her and how her movesets is, and just even playing her myself from the event trial, I'm like, man, I really want to play this character. So hopefully with this video right here, it would help you come up with the answer in your own mind whether you should or should not waste primal gems on this banner. Let's start off with the main dish of the banner, Ayaka. I would say hands down, Ayaka is a fantastic character. Looks alone, she is very stunning, very beautiful, very amazing to just sit there and watch. Gameplay wise, it's even better. At first, I really thought that the movement dash or the water, whatever you like call it, that Mona has, I really thought I was not gonna like it. And that's one of the reasons why I don't like Mona in general, because of her movement. But after Mihoyo had made an update for it and changed the movement dash, it's just a lot better. But I wouldn't say that it's what makes Ayaka the greatest. What makes Ayaka the greatest or very fun to play overall is the fact that her movement dash incentivizes you to actually use it compared to Mona. Once you go into the ground and come out, you get to apply a cryo effect for a few seconds on your weapon and just do straight cryo damage. That alone right there changes up her whole playstyle on her, and it just not only makes it unique, but it also makes it very enjoyable to be on Ayaka and just forget about all the other characters. I was literally sitting here playing on her and only using her. Like after a while of me playing the trial, I was like, oh wait a minute. I forgot to use the two other characters. Let me start using them. Her playstyle alone brings a very unique and fun way to play her, and it might be hard at first, but once you learn it, it's really enjoyable. The negative things about Ayaka. Now, if you've been playing Genshin long enough, you should have an abundance of a lot of cryo characters by now. I can only speak for myself as a AR-55 player. I have a lot of characters. Chungyun and Kaya is garbage, okay? And me personally, I don't use them at all, but I still have a lot of more cryo characters. And for me personally, Ayaka will not benefit me if I pick her. And Ayaka specialize in the playing freeze comp. If you're looking for just another character that you want to use in a freeze comp, I might say get her, but if you already have multiple cryo characters, there's no really point in pulling for her. You can use Ayaka in a reverse melt comp or even a melt, but you lose so much value out of using the 4-piece set on her, the Blizzard Strayer, which is aka one of her best sets. Ayaka does Chinese job a lot better than he can. And finally, the only two free-to-play weapon choices that you could pick from for Ayaka is the Black Cliff weapon, which aka in my eyes that is the better choice, over the Inazuma craftable weapon. Both is really beneficial. I wouldn't go wrong with either or, but it really just depends on how you want to play Ayaka. I forgot to also say that if you get Ayaka's 5-star weapon or you happen to pull for it, one of her best slot in weapons, and to be honest, if you go for a 5-star character, try to go for their weapon as well. If you have enough primal gems. If you don't, just stick with the 4 stars or whatever else 5-star you got. Now let's talk about yanfei. Yanfei is very weird to me in all honesty, because I like to play Ningguang over yanfei, and to be honest, I don't even have yanfei on my account at all. I would say that if you like playing Ningguang already, but you wanted her to be a fire character, get yanfei. I will say that her stamina sucks compared to Ningguang, and on top of that, her constellation, you need her first constellation to really make her viable compared to Ningguang. Ningguang in general. With yanfei, you run through so much of your stamina or your energy just to pull off a few attacks, in all honesty, on enemies. So I really would recommend that you should get her first constellation. Now, I do like the fact that our elemental skill and her element burst is really revolved around her charge attacks, which is a good thing. But character to me feels very lackluster and a very weak unit unless you have one constellation. Now, with me saying this, I'm not saying that yanfei is a bad character. At constellation 0, looking at yanfei as a melt DPS carry, then you'll probably like her more, because over Ningguang, she focused more on Geo. Since Ningguang can't use element mastery like how yanfei can, then you're gonna like yanfei a lot more because you're open to more possibilities with different types of comp. Yanfei is also a 4-star character, and since you have to summon for her on the banner, your capabilities or your chances of getting her is still low. I mean, I remember the time when I was trying to summon for Rosalia on the child banner when she was first introduced, and I didn't get a Rosalia until I pulled a child, and I was trying to go for a C1 at the time. So even then, if you like yanfei, you might have to deal with the fact that the banner is not going to be that generous to give you a yanfei. So on to the weapon choices for yanfei. Yanfei's free-to-play weapon option is going to be the Wizstiff, the Mappa, the Klee weapon, and also the Battle Pass weapon. If you're going to run the 5-star weapon, her best book will be the crit rate book. I forgot what it's called, but I'm gonna have it up on the screen. And that's really it. That's all the choice. Her artifact choices that she should run: the 4-piece Crimson Witch set, or if you're not running that, you should be running the 2-piece Crimson Witch set with the 2-piece new artifacts that we got that is in Inazuma. Now, this is when I'm gonna start offending people that came to see this video. Bruh. Anyone who likes Chungyun, what in the world is wrong with you? I just really don't understand the process that's going on in your brain cell. Why in the world do you think a popsicle blue-haired dude is good in this game? All you do is slap down a icicle on the ground and your weapon turns cryo. That's it. Why do you use it? Why? I just don't understand people who find Chungyun to be so fun to play. He is the worst character in Genshin Impact in my eyes. Just why? I'm just sitting here and I'm like, bruh, what is so fun about him? All you do is just slap nothing but element recharge on him. You give him the sacrificial sword, and that's it. But to be honest, why in the world would I want to use a character that makes all my weapons cryo if I can just simply pick a cryo user and just use cryo like that? Why do I want my weapons to be cryo? And I get it, some people in the comments gonna be like, well, I like to use a freeze comp, or Chungyun looks really cool to me, or I'm gonna use Chungyun with my Ayaka. Bruh, no point of doing that. He is garbage here. He is not good. He is a waste of resources building into him. There's no single point. I have my Chungyun at 20. I don't even use this character at all, and frankly, I am glad I did. This character is the worst support unit, or even DPS. Anyone who wants to say Chungyun is a DPS, you are on some good cocaine or something, because I do not see it. I just don't see the capabilities of what Chungyun can bring as a main DPS character. I'd rather see him sitting in a garbage can and rotting. I think Chi-Chi brings more to the table, in all honesty. You're sitting there and you're playing on Chungyun, and to be honest, you don't even use Chungyun for his autos or even his element burst. You really use it for his element skill, and that's really it. Every single cryo character in the game besides Chungyun brings something to the table, and Chungyun is just one of those characters that just sucks. That's just the bottom line. If you have a different opinion than me, then you can leave it in a comment for me, and I'll happily read it 100%, and I will try to maybe see a different point than what I'm making. But in honesty, I don't see any way that Chungyun can be good, whether he's support or main DPS. I remember getting on Chungyun's hangout and then immediately getting off of his hangout, because really deep down, he's a boring character to me. If I was able to take away summoning for it or getting summons for him, I would do it. And I wouldn't even think twice. The fact that the game gave me 7 constellations of him makes me just wants to punch him in the face. Now, finally, on to Ningguang. Ningguang is my favorite all-time character in this game. Hands down, without a single thought, she is my favorite character. And I've been playing her ever since I got her, and I'm still missing all her constellations. I'm only like one away, boys, just one away. But I've been playing Ningguang for a long time. I got it to 90, and I also got her talents pretty high. I have not crowned her yet, but I'm gonna eventually do it. It's just that I want to focus on other things. Now let's get into her character, about why I think Ningguang is a really good character. I would say that she's better than most 4 stars when it comes down to DPS, and I feel like, in all honesty, she is the best Geo main DPS carry alone compared to all the Geo characters that we have right now in the game. And most of the characters that are in the game that are Geo, they're more support. She slaps like a freaking truck, okay? If you're going to play Ningguang and make her a DPS, you're going to love it. If you want to find a 4-star to put time into or put resources into and play, put the resources into Ningguang, especially if you don't have a whole lot of Geo characters. You can even make her support. You don't even have to even make her a main DPS if you don't want to. And you don't have to have like certain artifacts to make her the greatest. To be honest, you can just run her a 2-piece Noblesse Oblige with a 2-piece Petra, or you can just run a 4-piece Petra if you really want to do it that route. But I would just say that the 4-piece Petra just makes her more as a support than a main DPS. Now, what weapon should you run? I think that her best slot weapon is going to be the Battle Pass weapon. I made that 90. I use that. I got that to a refinement 3 or 4. And to me, that's her best in slot. But I would say her 5-star best in slot for right now is going to be the crit rate book. Forgot what it was. I have it up on screen, but that's her 5-star best slot weapon. And so until Mihoyo gives us more 5-star weapons that are better, I'm gonna keep running my 4-star battle pass weapon. And her other really good 4-star weapons to use is going to be the Klee weapon. That right there, or the battle pass, is one of their best slot weapons. If you're trying to make Ningguang more of a main DPS, I would argue that the Klee book can be a lot better than the battle pass weapon, and I believe it really is. But I have already put all my resources into the battle pass weapon, and frankly, I'm used to the passive is with the weapon, so I don't really want to change my weapons out. And 2, I don't even have it leveled up, the Klee weapon leveled up either, so I'm like slowly trying to get that up. But for right now, like, I just find it enjoyable running the battle pass weapon. So if you can't buy the battle pass, that's fine. Use the Klee banner weapon and you will do a lot better, I will say. And when it comes down to Ningguang, her team comps are limited because since she's Geo, she already cannot combine elements with a lot of other characters. She's stuck to really relying on her own damage and maybe having like another Geo with her to skyrocket the damage and also give you the set bonus that you get with 2 Geos and any other character that buff them. That's really it. Now, I would say that if you want to use other characters besides Geo, I've ran a team before where you can use Ningguang, Xinqiu, Fischl, and Zhongli, or you just take out Zhongli and put a Diona. And that team, what it does is you have Ningguang as a main DPS, but you have all these other characters slapping or helping her buff or just applying more damage while you're DPSing on Ningguang. And that's how you really want to play her if you're trying to make her more of a DPS and you don't want to run Zhongli with her. But if you have other Geo characters, run Geo characters with her because it's just a lot better. That is all with this video that I want to talk about. Now, my final closing statements that I want to say: will I be summoning on the Ayaka banner? No. I feel really tempted to summon on this banner how Ayaka is and to finish off my constellation for Ningguang, but I really want to save for the next banner after Yanfei. I might even skip that banner because I'm looking really forward to Ball and the 4 or 5-star water character that's coming out. Now, this is all my opinion here with this banner. If you happen to summon on it, kudos to you, and I hope that your summons went well or good. And that is all with the video. I hope you guys can like, comment, and subscribe, and leave a comment down below. You know, tell me about your summons comments. You know, tell me if you disagree with my Chungyun opinion. Tell me if you feel like Ningguang is not a good character. And other than that, thank you for watching.